Before Kal Penn's family made it to America, his grandparents marched with Gandhi in India. And those are pretty big shoes to fill for a kid raised in New Jersey. His parents wanted him to be a doctor. But after UCLA, Kal told them he got a part in a movie as a stoner. Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that conversation. But Kal made it big, really big, as like big star, you know, in movies like Harold and Kumar and TV shows like House and How I Met Your Mother. And speaking of House, he made it all the way to the biggest house, the White House, as an advisor in the Obama administration. But not before enduring a few decades of cliché casting directors who demanded he, quote, do the accent, you know, like Apu on The Simpsons. I did mention he was born in New Jersey, right? Kal's got a new book out called You Can't Be Serious that winds us through some of that uncomfortable stuff. Most people would have called it a day years ago, something Kal actually did. He quit. But a good thing for us, that didn't last long, and Kal joins me live now. It's a great book, Kal. Here I was thinking it was going to be joke after joke, and it's funny, but it's upsetting just to sort of see your journey, written in black and white like that. The first thing I want to ask you about is your name at the bottom of this book. It says Kal Penn, but your first name is Kal Penn. You changed it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course, and good evening, Ashleigh. Thanks for having me. So coming up with a screen name is actually one of the early chapters in the book that I talk about, because the night that I came up with my screen name, it's a night that I think a lot of people can relate to. It was, I think, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was at UCLA hanging out with my college buddies, none of whom, by the way, were theater or film majors. They were all pursuing things that were way more practical. And they said, hey, why don't you come up with a screen name? Whoopi Goldberg's name isn't Whoopi Goldberg. And I said, it's not. And I think it was my buddy Mark said, no, her real name's Karen Johnson. And then they went through this litany of names of actors who are household names. Chevy Chase, whose first name is Cornelius. And they said, why don't you think of a screen name, something that's a little more catchy? Maybe that'll help you get an agent. Because I had been trying for about 3.5 years, couldn't get my foot in the door. And that same weekend, I was supposed to get new headshots taken. And I thought, let me come up with a catchy name. That's fine. Well, what should it be? And my first full name, as you mentioned, my first name is Kal Penn, K-A-L-P-E-N. And Kal Penn had been shortened to Kal, the same way that Joseph becomes Joe. So a lot of those guys had called me Kal in the past. And they said, well, what about Kal Pacino? And just started off on these terrible puns for the next half hour. And then we ended up with Kal Penn, splitting my first name in half, and we joked, that adding a second N to Kal Penn would stand for not going to play a stereotypical cab driver. So it's sort of a good-natured, fun conversation that I tell in a lot more detail in the audiobook and the book. But the reason that I bring that up, and I'm glad you brought up the name on the cover too, is, I got an agent shortly thereafter. In fairness, I'll never know if it was the name or the new headshot or if I just delivered a great audition. But once you get a name as an actor, you can't really change it because you kind of work consistently based on the name that you had. So that's the story about the name.
So the anecdotes that you write about in the book, I was like getting mad, as I was reading some of these, where you would show up, for a, I just thought I want to just go in there and shake these people. Like one casting director said, wait, you're not Latin? Oh, this isn't going to work out. And then another casting director had you pitted against a guy in brownface. Like, you're from the School of Acting at UCLA, and this guy in brownface is a white dude, and that was your competition. I could imagine quitting too. What made you get back on the horse and say, I'm not going to quit, I'm actually going to do this?
That chapter, I think, that has a lot of those stories is literally called Auditioning to be Latino, because I would go in, every actor, to be fair, also, every actor goes in and you're told you're too tall, you're too short, you're too fat, you're too skinny. That's the gig. As an actor, you go on those auditions and you get rejected 99 out of 100 times. I think the thing that's tricky for a lot of women, performers of color, is that barrier to entry is a lot lower, because oftentimes we don't have the luxury of being too tall or too short or too fat or too skinny. And the reason that I tell all those stories now, obviously looking back from 2022, I love what I do as an actor. And being able to track that over the last 15, 20 years, I love the industry that I work in. I think it's wonderful that it's changed so much for artists and also for audiences. And I think the thing that kept me going, like many other artists, is this this intangible of how do you explain to somebody who doesn't do what we do for a living that you have to do it? You know, it's that crazy part of you that makes you an artist. I think athletes deal with this a lot too. Why do you think you get to pursue a career like that? It's like, well, I kind of have to. I got to shoot my shot and see if it works. And that's truly the American dream. I write a lot about my grandparents. I write a lot about.
It's in your blood,
I'm the product
you know?
of a public school education. Sorry, what's that?
Oh, I said it's in your blood. You can't ignore it. If it's your passion, it's
It is,
your
yeah.
passion. But
The
I gotta
combo
ask you,
of
speaking
the
passion,
family story and you know, the bravado of being from New Jersey, I think is the combo that makes you keep going.
I have two things I need to ask you about. I got like a minute and a half left. So the first thing is, one of the big secrets in the book that you reveal is that you've come out, and I can only imagine that conversation with your immigrant parents that want you to be a doctor. Oh, and I'm gay, and I have a boyfriend named Josh who I'm engaged to, and he's been my secret boyfriend for 11 years. How'd that go?
Well, so it wasn't a secret. I think one of the misnomers from the book, and naively, frankly, I just didn't think that chapter was the most interesting. But no, of course, my parents and my friends and coworkers and everyone has met Josh in the 11 years we've been together, and I'm so happy to share this weird third date story that's more funny than anything else. It's chapter 18 in the book about how our third date, which is what convinced me that the relationship wasn't going to move forward, was more about NASCAR and beers than anything else. So it's just one of those light, fun chapters that I'm happy to share with everybody.
Well, mazel on that one. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you. Bob Saget was such a surprise to so many of us. He was the narrator in How I Met Your Mother. You appeared in 10 episodes. I'm sure you guys didn't do a lot together, but you know, he seems to have affected so many people in your industry.
Yeah, you know, who's not a Full House fan? I also loved Half Baked. I only met Bob Saget probably twice, you know, in my career. Once when we were doing a radio tour together in New York City, or rather at the same radio tour at the same time. And he was so incredibly kind and warm, and I didn't think he would know my background or my work at all. And so when I see people who knew him really well paying homage and really celebrating his life and his work, I you know, having just seen a little sliver of that made me smile and laugh on the occasion that I met him, you know, my thoughts go out to his loved ones and his family.
The book is great. It's called You Can't Be Serious. It's available now anywhere you get books. Kal Penn, thank you. It's good to meet you this way. I hope we get to meet in person.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.